everybody. Classic me driving. Classic me driving in silence. Classic me! Being me! How's it going, everybody? Obviously, moi here. I just want to say, trust the universe. Fuck. Your words have already changed the future. I don't know if I would take everything I'm saying to heart, mainly because I'm running off of 4 oatmeal raisin cookies, an apple, and half-eaten hot dog for the past 4 hours. So my brain synapses aren't exactly firing on 100% nutrition. But haven't had any water yet, so explains why just explain something. My knee was hurting a little bit. Maybe I got that, my bones feel achy when it's cold out kind of vibe. But I guess that just means I'm getting old or something. I don't know. I took a shower this morning, looking a little less gross as usual, but that's okay. I feel like I have good days and I have regular days, and it's just a good day. It's just a good day where I'm not looking so crazy yet. But let's do the further one. I was looking at the video previously, and I was just like, damn, that's not the best angle of me, because it's just fucking jaw. So I figured I'd sit myself up, get my seat erected, and I would enjoy my commute this time. Oh, guess what I did? I bought myself a new motorcycle battery. New motorcycle battery! As they say, that's pretty badass. I haven't installed it yet, no surprise there. Also, fun fact, learning. We're learning together as a group. One-on-one learning experiences. Note to self: for anybody that's in the market of purchasing a battery, depending on where you go, they either have batteries that are literally just a shell, which means that they do not have the fluid in them, or battery acid, for those of you who know what that is. It's the stuff that you collect and then throw on somebody, or so I've heard. Don't recommend it though. Don't recommend drinking it either. It's not good for your face. I don't know if it's good for your tummy. I bought the battery. This is how it went. Click clack, click clack, click clack. I'm trotting to this store. Trot, because it's not funded, but it's not sponsored by them, so I'm not gonna say it. Batteries Plus. So I'm trotting along, and I'm in that bitch, and I'm looking, and it's literally just batteries and bulbs, which makes sense because the name is Batteries and Bulbs Plus or whatever. I'm walking in there, and I'm like, hey, do you happen to have this battery? And I'm like, and he's like, what kind of battery? And I'm like, it's a motorcycle battery for like 2000 something motorcycle. It's green. And he's like, I can't help you unless you have the actual make and model. And I'm like, but smart me. I took a picture of it before I left, and then I was just like, bam. If they don't have it, I'll show them this picture. And so I looked at the picture and I read literally the numbers that were on it. And they were like, I don't know if we have that in stock. Can I see the picture? And I'm like, okay. And he's like, oh, we do. I turn around. And it's right there behind me. And I'm like, interesting. So when I gave you that code, that was the serial number, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It didn't help, but yeah, I look at the battery itself, and that fucking serial number is the exact same thing on this fucking battery. He's like, yeah. Anyway, it's gonna be like $80. I'm like, oh, whatever, nice, lit. $80. And so I buy it. I'm like, damn, this is kind of light for a battery. It's a motorcycle battery, so I'm only used to car batteries and truck batteries and like AA, AAA batteries and the ones for my pacemaker batteries. And so I'm like, why is this so light? And he's just like, oh, because you just got to fill it. And I was just like, fuck, what do you mean fill it, sir? And he goes, yeah, you just got to put battery acid in it, or water, distilled water. I'm like, water? You're telling me I can just grab myself a bucket of distilled water, pour it in here, and then it's good to go? He's like, in theory, yes. And I'm like, okay, but not in theory. Where do I go to get this bitch filled? And he's like, oh, we do it. And I'm like, okay, great, fantastic. Let's get this battery filled. Battery gets filled, comes back 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, whatever. And I'm like, perfect. And he goes, I would wait an hour before you put that thing, before you plug it in. I hear, plug it in. Oh, you're talking about like putting this bitch in the motorcycle. He's like, nah, no. And I'm like, what do you mean then? He goes, you have to charge it. And I'm like, because you're selling me a battery with no fluid and is dead, correct? And he goes, yes. And I'm like, okay. So if I want to buy, if thank you for filling it first of all, how do I go about charging it? And he goes, well, you're gonna need a slow trickle charge. And I'm like, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking right away. I'm thinking, my knowledge to batteries and charging batteries is pretty much plug that bitch into the wall. For the AA batteries, bloop, 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 you put them in that case. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Batteries are charging, whatever. With vehicle batteries, it's, you just, jumper cables. You plug in some jumper cables in that bitch, and then you fucking rev up an engine, and you're like, and then a car kisses another car, and then the battery is good. So that's what I'm thinking. And he goes, it's a slow trickle charge. And I'm like, sir, what could you mean by that? He goes, it's like it's not jumper cables. And I go, see, that's what I was gonna do. And he goes, do you have a charger? And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. I was thinking that when you buy a battery, you just buy a battery and it's good to fucking go. And he's just like, no, you gotta fill it with water. And I'm like, that is true, which is what we did. And he's like, and you also got a charger. And I was just like, I don't have a charger for that. And he's just like, well, do you want to buy one? And I go, is there not a way for it to be charged here, since it's a battery charging business? Battery business? And he goes, yeah, of course. Why didn't you just ask? And I go, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know the option was there, but I'm glad I asked. He's like, yeah, just come back tomorrow, you'll pick it up, boom, good to go. And I'm like, badass indeed. Fuck. Traffic. Bitches. I'll come get it tomorrow, charge it, all charged, bam. I come back the next day. I'm like, hey, I'm here for a battery. They're like, oh, what kind of battery? And I'm like, I left it here overnight to charge it. I already paid for it, got water, whatever in it. Name's Jesse. He goes, let me look. He's looking around the back of the store. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm seeing it over there. It's the same fucking little box I had. My little receipt sticking out of it. It's all fucking there. I say, I think I see it there. Because he goes, I can't find it. And I'm like, I think I see it right there, over there, my good sir, on the counter right there. It's the only little box that's a motorcycle battery. He goes, oh, of course. There it is. As I'm like picking it up and everything, I'm asking him questions like, hey, how long do I have to install this before it goes fucking bad, or I gotta charge it or something, or whatever. And he goes, realistically, like a month. You got a month and a half of shelf life before you need to charge it or actively use it. And I'm like, lit. I got a month, which gives me plenty of time because I'm in no fucking rush apparently to get it. And then I ask him, like, listen, I know it's got battery acid or whatever in it. How do I go about transporting this without throwing it upside down? He goes, just keep it upright. I'm like, okay. So like a seatbelt, he's like, just keep it upright if you can. I'm like, all right, cool. As I'm leaving I see the sign that says, "We make keys for your car 50% cheaper than dealership price." My brain gets bricked. Bink. And as you may know, if you've been following me along in other social media apps, I am an individual who relatively frequently, not too frequently, but relatively minimally frequently, has occasionally locked himself out of his vehicle. The first time I locked myself out of my vehicle, I was like, silly willy me. Silly willy me. I should prioritize getting a new key to use. A replacement key would be quite banger, so that I don't have to wait for a locksmith or whatever. And I'm like, I'll get that before the next time I get locked out, 100%. And then as I'm... days, 2 days go by. 2 to 3 days go by. Meeting up with some friends, casual shenanigans, and it's a little chilly out. I got my coat on, my friend's like, "Burr, I'm cold." And I go, "Hey, I got an extra coat in my car. Let me go get it." And as he's like, "I'm chilling," I close the door, and then I say I got an extra jacket. No biggie. We're in a tunnel! Ooh, gonna pull my meat out in this tunnel. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna pull my meat out in this tunnel because you wouldn't see it. Excuse me, Mr. Bus. Please stay in your fucking lane. Thank you. I don't want you to trauma bond all these kids right now. So, as I'm as I finish saying I have an extra coat, let me retrieve for you, my good sir. I close the door, and then I say, sentence. And then I'm like, let's go get it. Slap my pocket. Slap, slap, slap. No fucking keys. And I'm like, damn. First time I got locked out of my car. I didn't use my insurance. I didn't think about that. Because to be honest, I kind of just wanted it fixed right there and then because I was locked out. It was cold, didn't have my keys, and my house keys are on the car. Surprise. Reminiscing. But the first time I got locked out, I'm like, I don't want to pay $120, $150. I think it was $150 to get my shit unlocked, okay? I don't want to do that. That's kind of redonkulous of a price. After being locked out again, I go, fuck. Let me run some numbers. Let me use my insurance. Find out I don't have DriveWise. Thought I was paying for that. What am I paying for? I don't know. All I just know is that bitch is expensive. Depending on your insurance provider, every 1 month to 6 months. So I find out I don't have DriveWise, and I'm going through the process of getting a locksmith on the way through my insurance. It's cheaper. It's relatively cheaper. It's literally about $80 cheaper than what I did last time when I was just using the phone. No surprise. Benefits of the company, whatever. So that's 2 times I'm locked out of my fucking truck, okay? Not once, not twice. 2 times. As I'm sitting in that batteries bowl plus whatever, and the guy's just telling me about whatever, and I'm looking around and I see the sign. I say, "Hey, how much for a key?" He goes, "It's gonna be about $180. And I fucking say, "Your sign says 50% off from a dealership." And he said, "Yeah, that's still true, about true." And I'm like, "What?" Because I thought that, keys from a thing would be like $200. So I don't know. It just wasn't a big deal about it. I didn't like paying that much, alright? I'm not cheap, but fuck! It's an old car. No offense, baby. It's an old car. Do your job. Do a good job at your job. Do a good job, swell job at your job. I say, "Hey, how long is this gonna take?" Because remember, for my battery experience, I needed to charge it overnight. Man. So I'm asking, how long does it take for a key to get cut out? It's another one of those pick it up tomorrow kind of deals. He goes, "No, it should take the longest, maybe 15 minutes. I'm saying, "And how much is it gonna? How much?" And he's just like, "Well, first we got to see if we have it." I'm like, "All right, cool." Pulls it out. He's like, "Yeah, this looks like it." And I'm like, "All right, sure enough, let's get this process started, buddy." And he's just like, "Sure." And then we start carving out the key or whatever machine. It sounded pretty cool. I didn't get to see it, but it sounded cool. And then as he's syncing it up to the car, because fun fact number 2, learning experience number 2, the more you know. When you buy a key from a dealership or whatever, it's programmed, it's cut, duh, it works. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to Walmart or have been to any of those kiosks at a Home Depot that says cut your own key out. I was talking about them about this. I was like, hey, Mr. Batteries Plus guy, you're charging me $180 for this key currently. What happens if I were to go mold my own at a little kiosk thingy? And he goes, realistically, you're probably just going to be able to unlock your car. And I go, what bullshit is that? What do you mean, only unlock my car? You know, like, I was told that, you know, to program a key, all you really got to do is fucking pump the brake, turn it 3 times, rotate your fucking steering wheel, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, some cars are like that. After 2069, which I'm looking forward to that year, after 2069, they made a fucking policy change where you gotta get it synced up to your system to match with the technology of the thing. Makes sense. I say, huh, interesting. Because at some point, remember this 15, 20 minute process or whatever, 7 minutes goes to the key being made or whatever, you know, we're waiting there talking about it, and then he's just like, oh, here comes the long wait. So then we gotta wait 10 minutes of, you know, it's got a program sync up or whatever, some sort of system default, blah, blah, blah. And so we're chatting, we're talking about stealing catalytic converters and all that stuff. It's a swell time. Fast forward, long story short, longer story, longer, I got a key, and it works. And, I don't know if you remember, but my previous key had some damage to it. I don't know how crazy, I know. It had some damage to it that caused it to not unlock and lock. Wow, son. Not unlock and lock the vehicle or alarm. And so I'm talking about that to the guy. I'm like, yo, listen, buddy. I have a key. Doesn't work. I changed the battery. Poor cake. Can you fucking beep, 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 beep? He goes, beep, 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 beep. It doesn't work. Anyway, fast forward. Now I have a key that works. Yippee-yay. Have a good day, everybody.